I'm Jane Seward, a literacy consultant with ESSDACK. Michelle Rivas and I have created yet another Team Time deck, this one being Team Time 2. This particular deck is focused on the vowel team. The vowel sound is O, spelled with the vowel team O-A. Now, we have included words that are O, spelled O consonant E, simply because, Michelle, we talked about this, that if we had a full deck of just OA words, that kids would have, well, they would have just started using the OA. There would have been not much to think about, and we didn't believe that their time would be as well spent. So we're also trying to build visual memory. Does a word use the vowel team spelled OA, or is it an O consonant E word? And so we believe with a mixture of words, we're giving them that frequent distributed practice to build the visual memory for that. We're also building vocabulary. There's going to be a few words that we believe in here some kids may not know the meaning of, or one might, the other doesn't, and it's a teachable moment. Okay. So we're pretty excited about this deck. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now, actually, this time, I'm going to mix these up because you weren't supposed to get to see the words. All right, so I'm first. The word is throat. Now, I'm going to use it in a sentence. Occasionally, I may have to go see the doctor because my throat hurts. So the word is throat. So you spell it, thinking about all the sounds in the word, but particularly the vowel sound O. And, all right, so you show me what you spelled. And I can tell you that you spelled that word correctly. So on your accountability sheet, I won't write it because this isn't my word, but we have two columns, words to work on and words I know. We had a little construction zone theme going there, so you're going to write it in the words you know, and we can lay that one aside. Okay. And again, it's not only seeing it, but it's writing it. It's talking about the vowel sound O, how did we spell it? So we want students to be verbalizing what they know and what they notice with each other. So, okay, it's your turn to draw, and it's my turn to write. Okay, so my word is?
Roast.
Roast. Can you use it in a sentence for me?
My mom made pot roast for supper last night.
Okay, well that has the vowel sound O, and that's what we're working on here, and I think I know that that's spelled with an O-A. All right, so am I correct?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I need to write that in my words I know. Now, even though you and I know how to spell this, what if a student did this? What? Roast. You know, my first graders would have done this. This is how I would have seen the word roast if they wanted to possibly write that word in a little story of some sort, or they want to roast marshmallows over the fire and they're telling me about a camping trip that they've been on. So what I can do here then is simply tell them in this particular word, there's nothing there that makes that O say its name. So O by itself says ah, and that word that has been written is the word rost. Okay, so to make it say O, I either need a silent E or I need a vowel team.
Okay.
Okay, so this is something that as they see this and as they compare, they'll say, oops. Okay, there's that word that can't say O because O by itself is a short vowel and it's going to say rost. So I know it's going to have to take a vowel team to make the O say its name. So they would need to change that to the OA spelling. So in that particular case, that would be, I would have put that in my words to work on. Yeah, so it would have gone over here instead, instead of being over there. So I think they'll get the idea of what we're doing here. We'll just do one more just to see what might come up here. So I think it was my turn. This word's a longer word. This word is stroke. Stroke. Oh, I have a new puppy, and I just love, I love when he lays on my lap and I can stroke his back. Okay, so the word is stroke. Has a lot of sounds, so don't leave any out. Okay, so what would your choices have been? You know, we know this as adults, but what the choices would have been OA
Yes.
or O consonant E. All right, now you and I know what it is, but a student might have chosen to spell it. You spelled it correctly,
Yes.
obviously. But if a student said, oh,
OAK.
OA and spelled it OAK for stroke, then again we'll say, no, in this word it's O consonant E. It would obviously go in their words to work on. And as we bring these cards back again and again into this station, because we have this deck is comprised of a lot of words,
Yes, there's a lot.
and so we're getting a lot of visual memory work here, so that students say, oh, I remember that word stroke. We don't use an O, an OA, and that's basically what it takes. We need to know something about how words work. We need to think about vowel sounds, how they're spelled, and generate those ideas, make a choice, see if we're correct, because that's all part of that practice. So over time, we're going to see a lot less misspelling, is what we believed when we created this deck. So again, this is Team Time 2, working with the vowel team OA, but we added in O consonant E to have a contrast there and to allow us to put in more words and get more vocabulary going. So a fun deck.
Yes.
We're hearing that that kids are working with these words and that they're learning and getting some important practice in there. So we're pretty excited about Team Time 2.
You can find these cards at ESSDK.me/lit learn.